Hello everybody, welcome to Oh No Anime. My name is Mark.
I'm Headless Patrick.
And today we are going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit more bite-sized. We are going to be unboxing this wonderful Hestia figure here. No better figure for us to be introducing this new
begins and ends with the titty rib.
This new type of video, and we're gonna take a look at this figure and kind of give a hybrid unboxing video, kind of bullshit product review. Even though neither of us are qualified enough probably to be doing this, but
I have plenty of figurines.
We're trying everything today.
Yeah,
so
hurt, right?
Patrick, why don't you tell us what line, brand, everything about this figure?
This is the Amakuni Hestia. As soon as
now, I should say just off the bat, the reason why we're so concerned with that is because there are 1,000,001
that is an understatement.
Hestia figures.
I have one already. That was a prize figure. That was not good.
Sitting right off camera right now, just where it should be.
Yeah, that's she can stay back there. This one is especially interesting though because Amakuni does made-to-order stuff. They're I don't know. I don't want to call them private, but they're definitely a generally higher,
more exclusive. We should say.
More exclusive. There we go. That's what it's called actually. It's it's an exclusive. I hope that's not like grinding and making the camera sound bad.
Nah, this is unboxing. We're doing some industrial shit here.
But so Amakuni does the thing they're most famous for is actually the Seven Deadly Sins line.
Okay.
If you've ever seen like Beelzebub and those giant titty figures, that's,
not to be confused with Seven Deadly Sins, the anime.
No, they're I think the Seven Deadly Sins is actually a tabletop.
Oh, okay.
But that's Amakuni's claim to fame. They do regular figures, obviously, in Hestia as well. And this is a 1/6 scale. I first saw this one at Anime Expo last year, which I think was while Don Machi
was either wrapping up or was still going.
I think it was still airing.
Well, actually, if you remember,
this is gonna get loud, sorry.
It had just finished because the new season actually started while we were there. So it had probably just finished. Yes, I do remember watching that as well. I remember seeing this figure and thinking it looked quite good even for a Hestia figure, which many good-looking Hestia figures exist.
Yes. Let's take a look at the base real quick.
Yeah, once you hold that up to the camera so that
if there's one like math thing about this, probably the base.
Yeah,
Definitely
I mean it's got the logo.
Better bases from 1/6 figures and from Amakuni even.
I go back and forth as to whether or not I enjoy the logo of the property on the base.
I generally don't.
There are definitely some Street Fighter 4 figures that I own that do a very good job of that, and this I would say probably not the greatest example. I also find it interesting. What is the story with the fact that Familia Myth appears on as the English title of that show?
That's
is it a localization difference or?
That's. I think that's less than the
subtitle.
That's the actual Japanese subtitle.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna avoid putting her on the base while we're reviewing it. That way I can move her around and give you guys the panty shots you so justly deserve.
So yeah, I mean it looks really good.
It's Hestia. If you guys recall in the show, if you saw the show, they put a lot of effort on her spine and the muscle. She's kind of really muscly.
Yeah.
For a Kyonyu lowly goddess.
Yeah, I would say that usually 1/6 scale figures, especially ones that are worth spending money on, not only is just the base paint scheme really good, but it really is about the minute details. If you look, if you want to hold up her left arm, I guess that would be to the camera, you can actually see that there's like a minor indentation where the ribbon meets the skin, which is a pretty insanely high detail kind of thing. You can kind of see it from that angle. But the other thing that I really like about this figure is, all of the the soft shadow detailing on the skin is really fantastic, and differentiation.
The next one with better lighting, but back to the back.
The differentiating really it's
not just the
skin
actual
tone.
lighting; it's really shaded well. You can see on her ankle back here.
Yeah,
just the shading there. That's
just a level of realism that
does she have? No, she doesn't have painted toenails. Sometimes that happens.
That's fine. But yeah, I mean, I would just say the way the clothing is kind of molded to the figure is very nice. The hair looks very nice.
Very skin tight.
Yeah.
That's
The
how
hair
Hestia probably
pieces
should.
look very nice and well painted.
One thing I want to say about the hair, and you see this on a lot of figures, and not just 1/6 figures, is normally you can see seams up at the top of the hair. There's kind of a big one at the front. If I can get this to focus, maybe.
But they did a good job of putting
yeah.
it where her natural part is.
Yeah.
So
normally you'll see seams like up here where the hairpiece meet, especially with twin tail characters. Not so much here.
I don't really see a seam anywhere on this figure, to be honest.
Yeah, normally there's normally you get a titty seam or a neck seam.
That's pretty incredible, actually. Yeah. That's a pretty remarkable achievement. But so the big question is,
they're white.
What?
They're white.
No, that's not the big question, Patrick.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, keep it out of the gutter for 5 seconds. No, listen. The big question that everyone should be having watching this video is, where can I get her and how much am I going to pay for her? And this video is being made in April of 2016, yes, which is how long after she's been released?
She just got released, actually.
All right.
Like I said, we saw her last July, so Amakuni has a very long development cycle, I guess, because all their stuff are made to order.
Okay.
She's going to be pretty hard to get now. I got her for 12,000 yen at the time of purchase because you have to pay upfront for exclusives.
From Ami?
No, actually, this was from Big in Japan.
Okay.
Because she was only available from a Japanese exclusive shop. You have to pay either a proxy or a website like Big in Japan that'll actually order her for you. You'll be able to buy her secondary now. Maybe some sites will sell the stock that maybe people canceled orders or something like that. But
so if they're familiar with Japanese storefronts, probably Mandarake would be a good place to look. eBay would probably be another good place to look.
In a few months, you'll probably be able to find some of her on Ami or what's the 1999?
1999.co.jp.
Yeah.
I have also seen OneFest exclusive figures being resold on Amazon by private buyers. Yes. Amazon US. So
it can happen, but it's going to be hard to find her sealed very soon. Yeah.
That's a good looking figure on the base, I gotta say. Yeah. I would say looking at the base by itself,
she doesn't really lean.
Could you pull her back a little bit so that we can get a full shot? Yeah. That would be a really good addition to anyone's top shelf.
Yeah,
where you put your big figures that don't fit in your case.
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but up above me and some of our other videos, you can see I've got a lot of 1/6 and a couple of 1/4 up there. She'll probably be going up top as soon as I cycle out all the Miku figures.
Yeah, my question is, when does it stop with these fucking like giant bases?
Oh god,
like, it is getting somewhat ridiculous.
I see why it's needed for a figure like this to kind of keep her balanced.
She's got a pretty wide stance too, so it like makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But there's some, especially some racing Mikus that are.
We definitely will be doing reviews of certain figures that both of us will be getting, I'm sure, in the future that are
have
huge.
We talked about her figure collection on the podcast. We both have fairly massive.
Yeah, I think if people have been listening to the backlog, they probably can gather that we both are avid collectors.
Yeah, I think this is number like 109 for me.
We have a pretty diverse taste between the two of us too. So
like I won't ever really buy a jointed figure.
Yeah, and I really enjoy jointed figures as well as I pretty much buy everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I definitely have some figures that I've had to really try to clear space out for, not even because they're a huge figure, just because the base is insane. So I'm sure that we'll get some of those in at some point. But I would say, I mean, it really just depends on in terms of wow, there's even some like compression on her, like on her
side boob.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be upfront about this stuff. Like
I mean, it's part of the figure. You can see, I mean, it's again, guys, very good attention to detail in terms of like how.
More than that, what I'm really liking about it is the cloth, like
it
around
looks,
her navel and stuff. That's
looks
crazy.
It's got a nice like leather wet look to it, without being too lewd. I would say, it's definitely the right amount of lewd.
More lewd Hestia figures.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're buying a Hestia figure, we all know why you're buying a Hestia figure. Yeah.
That's okay.
This is definitely one of the definitive ones. I'd say this is probably the Kotobukiya one with the apple. But there are a couple other ones that are pretty damn good.
I'll go back and buy that one.
Yeah. If I ever buy a Hestia figure, that'll probably be the one that I get. But I'll let you cover that for the both of us.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like Hestia. It's just I like to buy things usually that I have a little bit more of an intimate connection with.
That was one of the problems with Hestia figures. Is Hestia was definitely, for better or for worse, a flash in the pan.
For sure.
Asking people, like, you pretty much had that prize figure that was out.
Yeah.
I think the September after there. And everything else you had to wait pretty long. The Kodo one, I think, came out in December, so that's already 6 months after it finished airing.
Yeah.
It's hard with figures because unless they hit that window of when hype is at its highest.
Yeah. Well, it'll all depend on whether or not there will be a resurgence if there is a sequel series, which I'd say is still very much not on the books, but definitely within a possibility nowadays. Yeah. So, and if that is true, then the market for these will only expand further. Although the market for Hestia figures is absurdly large for any single character after only a 12-episode show. It's pretty insane because I could definitely probably find 10 different ones online right now because I've definitely seen them cycle through Ami.
I wonder how many Ellen Baker figures we're gonna see.
Oh, please God, let there be an Ellen Baker figure. That would be awesome.
One Fest has her back.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say probably.
If you like Hestia, and if you like good figures,
if it's worth the money to you, this is definitely the best Hestia.
I bought her at about 12,000 yen. That's before shipping and everything, which is about the going price these days for a 1/6 figure.
Now, when you bought it, probably was a lot less than $120. Nowadays, the yen
was at 118.
The yen has
she's going to be worth more at least for a little while. Figures either appreciate or depreciate.
Well, this one is it's more rare than your average
because it's
figure.
An exclusive. The value will probably appreciate.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think you'll probably see her closer for 15,000.
Yeah, I would say probably keep an eye out, but also keep in mind that the longer these figures stay online, the more they're probably going to be worth, and the more they're probably going to be going for, because more people will be buying them, and less of them will be out there because, like Patrick said, they are made to order.
Yeah. Most figures only get one run, but these exclusives are actually made to order.
Yeah. And but the good thing is that there's always a vibrant used figure market in both Japan and the United States, and even if you can't get it boxed mint, you certainly can get it, either in a secondary box or in its original box, just opened and displayed. Which is, it decreases the value, but honestly, I never care about mint and stuff like that.
I open all my figures; they're all displayed in detolfs.
If it's something, I have figures that are so old that even though they were never taken out of their box, they still aren't mint because they're so fucking old. So, yeah, it really just depends on how much money you want to spend, as it is with every figure.
Yeah,
but I would say that if you're going to spend
a lot of money on figures,
that's true. If you're going to spend a lot of money on a rare figure, if you like Hestia, this is the one to do it. If you don't want the Kodo one, but
Hestia #1 bay of what was that, spring 2015?
Yeah, I would say if you don't want to break the bank, the Kodo Hestia is probably your next best bet, and that's not a bad figure. That's a really good figure. It's also
not too cheap though. You're only going to save probably $3 over this one.
But there's a lot more of them out there.
That's very true.
And Kodo is very accessible and easy to find in the States, whereas these not so much. So
although Amakuni is, I think they're putting out a web shop in the U.S. soon. They have a very big, convention presence.
That's cool.
I think half of my Amakuni figures I've bought at Anime Expo.
Well, they'll have one of these out at some convention. They're going to be.
They'll be at Anime Expo for sure. Probably one of the bigger.
This is definitely
ones.
This figure is definitely a big selling point for them. So yeah. Anything else to add?
I like the face. I was thinking about that earlier.
The face is very accurate.
Most figures, I feel like they have, and I'm turning it away from the camera so I can look at it. I feel like most figures normally make the face like too long almost, and this is the opposite. Like, it actually looks very squat, very in a good way.
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
short.
Captured
it looks like
a little bit of how childish she looks, and it really, honestly, with anime figures is definitely hit or miss with the face. I have plenty of figures that face looks good, but certainly not accurate to the show. This is definitely this is about as accurate as you're gonna get.
Yeah, it looks good. Definitely true to the anime character design, at least. I haven't read the light novels.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, and the titty ribbon is very present. Yeah, it's very present.
I do really like the pose with her thumb under it. That's really good.
It is a good
pose. Can really see the.
I prefer this.
Pulling it up.
I prefer this to the kneeling that she's usually in.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know. I don't like kneeling figures because, like, part of, like, my subliminal brain is like you're getting less figure for the money, even though
though,
there's
yeah.
like the same amount of plastic.
I have a number of Tony Taka 1/6 figures that are kneeling, and I have a lot of not kneeling Tony Taka figures. I'm looking at them right now. And
only thing worse than a kneeling figure is a figure that's like laying down.
Yeah, I've never bought one of those.
But you have one. You do have one. Not laying down on its back, but on its side. You definitely do have one.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think that counts.
She doesn't count.
We don't need to talk about this in the show. We'll do a review of her, on X videos or something.
Yeah.
We'll do a Pornhub video.
I was pretty drunk.
That's what we should do. We should get on that PS4 Pornhub app.
You probably don't want to look up figure videos on PS or
on Pornhub?
On Pornhub.
No, I don't. But
we should probably cut the video before we get into the sport.
we should crack into the market of being the first people on Pornhub to do like actual action figure reviews.
God. They do have
We'd be like,
everything on that
what's his
site.
name? Critical, that post like his YouTube account got suspended, so he just started posting gameplay videos to Pornhub because it was the best video player that he could think of that wasn't YouTube.
We've gone pretty far off the rails.
No, this is great. This is the best
This is
unboxing figure review I've ever seen.
That's true.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any, but this is definitely the best.
Yeah, we've definitely given a very professional critique of this figure.
That's what we're about. I mean,
it looked good. It looked good. He's got good titty
I like
ribbon.
it. Titty ribbon.
Yeah,
Titty ribbons up top.
I like that side boob.
So I think we should wrap up here. We're sitting about 16 minutes. Let us know what you think. Comment.
We were pretty big on getting monthly releases from Ami and sites like that.
I haven't missed a month in
we won't.
sometime.
Yeah, we won't have a shortage.
Honestly, I don't know about Mark, but I probably have enough stuff backlogged. To do like we've got the camera sitting on top of a One Fez exclusive that doesn't come out until November.
Yeah.
That I was lucky enough to buy. I'll probably do that one next.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be doing more of this. We're also going to do another gaming video pretty soon. We're working on that Fully Cooley video we've been talking about. That'll happen soon-ish. Yep. And of course...
Before Fully Cooley Season 2 starts.
Yep, exactly. Before 2018.
Yeah.
And of course we have bi-weekly podcasts that we do. All of the details are going to be below in the description. If you want to contact us or anything, please do. Let us know. Email us. Send us a Facebook message, tweet at us, talk shit, whatever you want to do. If you want to complain about our shit taste or complain about how unprofessional our videos are.
Iron my shirt.
Yep. Yeah, we're more than welcome. So, until then, I will say see you guys next time.
Yep. See you. Thanks.